yet, but once you come into pit lane, it's like an oven, and it will be very, very hot now. The unmistakable tones of George Monroe, and now riders that qualifying 2 is underway, the second 30-minute session. Thank you, by the way, to David Addison and Alan Hyde for their coverage of the cars. They will be back for TCRs. But we have this little 30-minute session to get through to determine grid positions for Saturday's 2 races. And if you're wondering what the format is for this year, now in the past, the Macau Grand Prix, well, it started off as a single 30-lap race, then it became a 2-race 15 laps on each occasion, and the aggregate scores determine the winner. Then it went to a single race over 12 laps. This year it is 2 races, each over 8 laps. However, the first race is a race. The second race will be the Grand Prix. A little bit like at events such as the Ulster Grand Prix in Northern Ireland, where the second Superbike race is actually the main Northwest 200 or Ulster Grand Prix race. Here at Macau, this year's Macau Grand Prix winner will be the winner of the second race. Will that man be Erno Costamo? He has posted the fastest time so far, 2:29.1. So the Finnish rider just saw at the back of that little group of riders there, bike number 38. And there is a surprise package, 55, David Datzer. Second fastest so far, 2:31.8, 2.6 seconds slower than Costamo on the provisional front row as they go out on their outlap. They made a few changes to the ECU setup, but it's all worked for them in their favour. Made a few changes to the front suspension, no more chattering as they experienced in free practice. A few little changes to the rear suspension, and a different compound rear tyre has gone on for this second qualifying session. And feeling very relaxed, feeling in a very good place. And when you're in provisional pole at Macau, then you are in a very good place. However, as we've seen at Macau in the past, we've seen riders coming from the third row of the grid to win. It's not the same as the cars. You tend to need to be on the front row, one of 2 cars, if you're going to win a car race at Macau. But the bikes, obviously with a lot more, can take that advantage. Lucas Mora, bike 18. 4th fastest so far, 2:33, just going through Mandarin. As they come down, he's just looking to pass David Datzer, but just tucks in instead, so into Lisboa. So Datzer on the front row so far, Lucas Mora heading row number 2. A few of the riders that we've not seen a great deal of, certainly on our TV screens so far, the likes of Joey Thompson. He's on the BMW, using Pirelli tyres, and someone there just overrunning at Lisboa. But Joey Thompson using a medium front and a soft rear. Joey's best time so far, 2:39.2. Just pleased to be out here in Macau, getting lots of support from everyone back home. Datzer, meanwhile, with a little bit of a gap between himself and Lucas Mora. Datzer very surprised with the way things have gone so far. Another of the riders who's on for Menslers. David Datzer, and he's put in the fastest sector so far on sector 2. This is coming up to the end of sector 3 now. Good exit speed for him. It'll go purple as well, yep. Oh, big moment for Mora. And you have to be committed to come through there. if you're going to take the speed to come out onto the seafront. And David Datser's going to post the fastest time. Will it be inside 2:31.8? It's going to be close. And it's just outside 2:31.9. So 2:31.9 for David Datser. So hasn't beaten his best time from Q1 so far, but plenty of time left in this session. Tyres already, well, they tend to get up to speed on the opening half lap. The shine comes off the rubber if it's a brand new tyre gone on. Quite a few riders have gone for new rubber for qualifying too. Lucas Moore has done a 2:34.1. Julian Trummer has done a 2:34.7. Julian Trummer telling me that he's happy in sections 1, 2 and 4. Just sector 3, he just can't seem to get quite right. If he can improve on sector 3, then he'll improve on his times. Has a soft rear for this. He had a hard in Q1, so he's gone for a soft rear in Q2. And also, he's adjusted the settings just to get a little bit more movement in the bike, so it goes a lot easier from left to right. It's just gone 6 o'clock in the morning back home in Austria. His parents are watching. Julian Trummer, so far on row 2 of the provisional grid. His best time, 2:33.8. So far, the director still concentrating on David Datser, who's been really, really, really good. Just ahead of Rob Hodson. Rob Hodson changing the gearing and going harder on the rear spring for the suspension in this session as well, as he looks to improve on a time of 2:32.4. Rob Hodson's been here twice before, of course, like Erno Costamo, the fastest man. Lauren Hoffman as well with a 2:38.6, so no Matt Stevenson, by the way. If you are just joining us at Macau this year, Matt Stevenson unfortunately only managed, I think it was 3 laps on his 4th lap. The engine just, oh dear, a moment for Mora on the exit of Fisherman's. And that might just shake him up a little bit. But we can see just how precise you have to be at Macau. That might just knock his confidence for a moment. He may just need to get his breath back having done that. So far, we've had 2 sessions incident-free. Let's make sure, let's hope that it stays the same for this. Just under 22 minutes on the clock. And Lucas Moura perhaps just getting a little bit impatient, watching Datser go off into the distance and maybe just getting a little bit carried away with himself. Datser has been a revelation. Newcomer to Macau. Now then, he's put in his best first sector. However, someone else has gone quicker on sector 1. That could well be Costamo. Lauren Hoffman, 5th fastest in this session so far. Raul Torres has now gone 2:35.4. So Torres is up into 4th, in this session. And Torres, he's improved on his time of 2:36.1. So the timing screens that you're seeing, it's for qualifying 2 only. So we'll have to mix and match to see how that's going. So Torres, although he's 4th fastest, a 2:35.4 only puts him, in fact he's improved his time, but he's not changed his position on the grid. He's still in the middle of row number 3. So here comes Erno Costamo, the man in provisional pole so far. So it wasn't him putting in the purples. I wonder if it was Rob. No, it wasn't Rob Hodson. Well, we'll wait and see. I'm not sure whether Timothy Monot is going back out. Certainly not appeared on the lap chart so far. He was struggling this morning. And good to see Camille Holan is up into 6th position now, 2:38.3. So the Czech Republic rider has gone up. He's had all sorts of issues with his machine, battery, etc., but he's improving. He's just lost a lot of track time, really, compared to the rest of the debutants at Macau here. So he's improved on his Q1. So 2:38.3 puts him just behind Hoffman and ahead of Joey Thompson. Gustavo with 2 first or faster sectors. Nadia Schutz has done a 2:41.1. She's improved on her Q1 time. And Nadia's got a promotion going where anyone can pay £25. And in doing so, if anyone pays £25 through her Instagram account, there's a link there, and they'll put your name on the fairing of her bike for this race meeting here at Macau. So yeah, £25. Just go to her Instagram account, Nadia Schutz. So that's just to see how things are going. David Datsa with a 2:30.0. So he is now 9/10 of a second off Costamo's best from Q1. Oh no, sorry, Costamo's done 2:30.0. Costamo, I'm having to move from page to page here to get a true picture. So Costamo, 9/10 of a second outside his fastest time. Datsa's done a 2:30.08. So he has improved. However, Datsa is still second provisional pole, although his time has improved. Costamo's not gone as quick as he did in qualifying 1. Datsa's gone quicker than he did in qualifying 1. However, they're still first and second on the qualifying leaderboard. Rob Hodgson has gone out, so he will be looking to improve. He's done a 2:32.4. So already coming up to the halfway point in this session. Lucas Moura, 2:33.0. He's improved on that, 2:31.8. So Datsa and Moura have gone quicker. Trummer hasn't gone quicker yet. Piraz has gone quicker. That's his own Q1. Torres has gone quicker. Hoffman's done a 2:35.9 so far, so he's gone quicker. Holland's 2:39.2, he's gone quicker. Sheridan Murray has not put in a fast lap yet so far, but he is still on 2:33.4 on row 2 of the provisional grid. We'll have it all sorted out by the end of this session, of course. What we do know is this man still holds provisional pole. 2:29.1 is his best time from this morning. And a little bit of movement. So coming back down onto the flat out part of the track. Paul Williams has gone out as well. Paul Williams, 2:39.8 is his best time so far. And I've not had anything official, but it looks, unfortunately, like Timothée Monod is not going to be taking part. He did struggle this morning. He was the slowest rider, 2:43.9. So whether there's an issue remains to be seen. And here is Sheridan Murray. He was very fast coming into Melco there. 2:33.4. Originally from South Africa, but of And there you go, there's the purple in Sector 1. Sheridan really is flying. So we're looking to see whether Sheridan can improve on 2:33.4. He's certainly going for it, and this could well be inside 2:33. It's 2:31.7, so 2:31.7, and that puts him on provisional front row ahead of Rob Hodson. Rob Hodson is shuffled back to row 2, 2:32.4, so Murray is up into third behind Datsa and Costamo. On the timing screen there, Rob Hodson's down in the 11th, but his time from Q1 puts him into 4th overall. But Sheridan Murray, well, we'll see whether he puts in another purple again now, because this is just coming up to the end of the first sector here. So through goes Sheridan Murray. Oh, plenty of movement. That's Datsa is in. Really, really happy with the way things are going so far, the German. Just keeping an eye on Sheridan Murray and whether Sheridan Murray's going to perhaps push him to the outside of the front row of the provisional grid. Well, he didn't go purple that time, and he didn't go green either. So David Datsa's position in second for the moment could look reasonably safe. But Sheridan Murray, really, really strong ride from him. Again, one of the debutants. A little glance around. So here comes Costamo again. The Chinese director certainly seems to enjoy watching the fin going around. So he does a much slower lap that time. So Sheridan Murray, really, really impressive performance along with David Datsa, but Murray still learning his way around Macau. Certainly got a very strong Macau team. Sheridan Murray with a Pens 13, run by Rico Penskoffer. Sheridan Murray, like most of the grid on Pirelli or Metzler's, we just have 4 riders on Dunlops: Andre Perez, Lauren Hoffman, Raul Torres and Rob Hodson. So green first sector for Costamo. Just trying to keep an eye on what Rob Hodson doing. A 2:35.1 from Rob Hodson. So Rob Hodson 2:35.1, but I think he's going to up that very, very soon. For those of you who remember 2018, and here is Sheridan Murray. I think he'll be quite happy with the information that's being relayed to him. David Datsa just taking his time as well before going out. And a purple in sector 2. That's from Lisboa. All the way up into, I say Lisboa, it's just after Lisboa. And that's up to Solitude. Oh, he's put in another purple as well. So 2:30.0 is his fastest time in this qualifying session. 2:29.1. The only rider to go inside 2:30. And this is going to be quick. This is going to be even quicker. And it is 2:28.2 for Erna Costamo. 2:28.2. So he really is looking maybe I'm reluctant to use the phrase red hot, but he's looking like the favourite so far. 2:28.2, the only rider to go inside 2.5 minutes. As I mentioned, came here in 2018, was involved in a crash up at Police, which I remember the likes of Derek oh, he's overshot at Lisboa. Overshot, so he's not improving on 2:28. You could see there he wasn't happy, a little shake of the head, but he had that crash, involved 6 riders in all. I think he came down from memory, and the likes of Derek Shields, Michael Sweeney, etc. couldn't miss him. Starmo back on his way again. Whether he'll stay out and try to improve on 2:28.2, or whether he might think enough's enough. I'm happy with the bike, I'm happy with myself. So, oh, here is Timothée Monod. So great to see the Frenchman is out at long last. Not too sure what his issues are. So Timothée Monod is out, so that means, well, it should mean that he'll be on the grid for tomorrow's races. As it stands with provisional pole. That's still second fastest. Third fastest now, Murray. Hodson's gone even quicker though. Hodson's done a 2:32.0. However, it's not as quick as the Portuguese rider. And Moore has done a 2:31.8. So Hodson, as things stand, is in the middle of row 2. Now is Costamo trying to come up with a plan for another quick lap without any traffic. So Costamo has gone quicker, Datsa has gone quicker, Murray has gone quicker, Mora has gone quicker, Hodson has now gone quicker. That's David Datsa just coming through as well, so we won't get a time from him on this one because this is his out lap. So 2:34 for Julian Trummer. He is yet to go quicker than he did this morning, but he's still on provisional row 2. Yeah, Perez has gone faster in this session, but he still remains in 7th. Raul Torres with his 2:35.4 also gone quicker. So really, of the front 3 rows, Hoffman's done a 2:35.9. It's only Trummer is the only rider who's not improved on his Q1 time. But Costamo looks as if he's going to go for a hot one again. So through Mandarin he goes. Out of turn 1, 140 miles an hour in 4th gear. Hitting the rev limiters, then down into Mandarin there. Straight towards the wall, then this 190 mile an hour approach to Lisboa, which then becomes a 40 mile an hour turn. You know, that's Datsa out at Melco. So here is David Datsa. He'll be winding up now because he's going to have a flying lap in a moment, or he's going to about to begin a flying lap in a moment. But as things stand, he is on the front row. And it's not really now, with he set such a good time, it's not about achieving or bettering that time, unless the likes of Murray or Hodson can come up with something a little bit better. But as I said before, with the bikes at Macau, as long as you're on the front 3 rows, obviously you want to be on the front row, but even from row 3, a good start and you're in with a very good chance. So really, whereas it's crucial for the cars to post a good time, the bikes not so. More about getting the bike set up, watching the chatter, because as most of the riders have told me, the circuit seems really bumpier than it has done in the past. So because of that, they need to get the suspension set up correctly, make sure that that rear isn't skipping around when they hit the brakes. So Datsa, again, just in the groove, just getting a flow. Again, a newcomer, so just learning his way around, discovering where to peel in, where to power out, where the bumps are. Knowledge is power. So Datsa again with yellow sectors. The 2:28.2, the fastest time from Costamo so far. Costamo, I'm not too sure if he's putting any purples in at the moment. Just going through Donna Maria. You can see the car parking spaces there. A really dirty part of the track, though the cars have cleared most of it. Here comes Murray again, just like Datsa. Sensational so far, but he's going to peel in, is he? We've not seen much of Lucas Mora since he grazed the wall on the exit of Fisherman's, but Murray, an outlap that stayed an outlap. So whether he's coming in to adjust something again, we'll have to wait and see. So Sheridan Murray, sensational from him so far. Here goes Datsa across the line. So David Datsa with a 2:30.6. So he's in the 2:30s again. Still Costamo, the only rider to break 2:30. Everybody else a shade outside. Still looking to see what Costamo is up to. So Sheridan Murray is in. Oh, he's gone on. He has gone on. So Datsa. That's the beauty, I suppose, of the bikes. For the cars, it's a little bit trickier to get turned around on the escape road. But David Datsa with 3 minutes left in the session. About to get back up to speed again. Talking of speed, here comes Costamo out of Fisherman's. 2:28.2 for the Finn. It's going to be very, very similar. He's really gone well on this final sector, and it's another 2:28.2. So he's 7 thousandths of a second outside the fastest lap that he's set so far. Costamo really enjoying himself at Macau. And here comes Rob Hodson. Now, what can Rob Hodson do? He's done a 2:31.7, so he's gone inside 2:32.4. So he's just put in his best lap so far at Macau this week. Costamo's going to follow Rob Hodson, maybe see where Rob is fast and maybe where he's not so fast. Certainly Costamo getting plenty of TV time. Rob Hodson, the bike just ahead, is the one we want to be. Here we are. Yep, the guy we want to see, really, to see whether he can improve and get himself on the front row of the grid. So they're still off lap. So as things stand, it's Costamo, Datsa and Murray on the front row. Row 2 is Hodson, Mora and Perez. Row 3, Trummer, Martinez and Hoffman. Row 4, Holland, Williams and Schutz. And row 5, Timothée Monod. And unfortunately, Joey Thompson really not having the best of times. 2:45.4 is his best. He's done a 2:39.2 this morning. One of the few riders not to improve on his time so far. Again, we're just following Costamo around. Lauren Hoffman, 2:35.9. His was a 2:37.1 this morning. So I'm doing Joey Thompson an injustice there. Joey, as it stands, will be on row 4, ahead of row 4. 2:39.2, just ahead of, in fact, no, he'll be on row 4, but he's been passed by Paul Williams and Camille Holland. I'm just doing some maths here. So still on row 4, although Williams and Holland have both gone quicker than Joey Thompson. And row 5, it's Nadia Schutz and Timothée Monod. So Costamo will take the checkered flag. That's the end of the session. However, that is not the end of qualifying. The man to look out for will be Rob Hodson. In fact, Hodson has come over the line, so he hasn't improved. So it'll be a row 2 start for Rob Hodson. And we've had British winners every year since 1998. 1997, Andy Hoffman was the last non-Brit to win. And now we have a non-British front row. Erno Costamo, there he is in pole position. David Datzer alongside him, and Sheridan Murray on the front row. Row 2, Rob Hodson, Lucas Mora and Andre Perez. Here is Murray. So Sheridan Murray put in a 2:33.4 this morning and has gone much, much quicker, 2:31.7. So he comes in. We're still waiting for Lucas Mora, 2:31.8. So they generally, everybody, apart from Julian Trummer, on the first 3 rows, has gone faster than they did in Q1. Still waiting for Lucas Mora to come round, but he will be on row 2, alongside Rob Hodson and Andre Perez. Row 3, Julian Trummer, Raul Torres and Lauren Hoffman. We'll get official confirmation of this shortly. Bikes are still out there. There is Lucas Mora. So into Melco as Sheridan Murray comes into his pit box, and it is sweltering down there, absolutely sweltering. So even though just looking at an interesting story, really. We've got Lauren Hoffman there on bike 174. We also have Camille Holland on bike 474 and Joey Thompson on bike 74. They all like the number 74. They all can't have 74, of course, but Joey Thompson's got 74. Lauren Hoffman gets 174 and Camille Holland gets 474, which, okay, may not be much of a story, but when you think there's only 15 riders in the motorcycle race this year, it's quite incredible that 3 of them all have 74 as their favourite number. So we'll have to combine Q1 and Q2 officially to give you the grid positions for both of tomorrow's races. So Raul Torres of Spain, he will be on row number 3. 2:36.1 this morning, 35.4, so he's found just under a second quicker. And of course, it's a lot hotter today, or certainly a lot hotter this part of the day than it was earlier this morning. So that's how qualifying 2 finishes. However, they have to be put together, qualifying 2 and qualifying 1. And the fastest time from each rider will determine their grid position for both of Saturday's races. But no doubting who is in pole position. Well, I suggested earlier at the end of free practice that we might be looking at Erno Costamo versus Rob Hodson. But there are a few more in the mix now. David Datzer, Sheridan Murray. And the start, of course, always crucial at Macau. So that wraps up qualifying for the 54th Macau Motorcycle Grand Prix. I'll be back tomorrow for the opening race. You do not want to miss that or the following Grand Prix race later in the day. It's been a sensational 3 sessions so far. But shortly we'll be handing back for the final car action of the day at Macau, the TCRs. And you'll be joined shortly by David Addison and Alan Hyde. But for now, from me, take care, and I'll speak to you tomorrow for warm-up and then the 2 Macau Motorcycle Grand Prix races. Bye for now.